Caslick. Beautifully done.
She's breaking records.
If I was looking up the word pioneer in my Oxford dictionary, there would be the Aussie Women's Seven side.
We became synonymous with winning. We had a group of women that came together from all different sports across the country, formulated with the same dream.
Work! Says thank you very much.
We wanted to rebrand women's rugby. We wanted to change the face of it. We wanted to create a brand of rugby that Australian and world fans would really get around and support. And we wanted to be fierce, we wanted to be fast, and we wanted to be physical.
Aussie Women's Sevens team are one of the most successful teams in the history of women's rugby.
That doesn't come without hard work. Working hard for each other and having fun along the way enabled us to play that brand of footy, which then changed the game. And teams started to emulate the way that we were playing, the fitness levels that we were at, how much fun and enjoyment we had.
One of the things that was so impressive about this emergence of the Aussie Women's Sevens team is that it didn't just capture kids, it started to capture more hardline, old school rugby types, you know, sevens this, sevens that, it's not real rugby. But then these people would see it and they would see the skill level, they'd see the pace of the game, they'd see the style of tries that the Aussie women would score and they go, okay, these women can play.
Now Levi stepping around Nuku, getting rid of Tucker, powering over the try line to put Australia in front.
We really try to push like a team first culture within the group. Everything we do comes back to if you're putting the team first, and at times that means putting yourself first to be doing the best thing by the team as well. Our head coach Tim is big on like choosing our attitude every single day. He says we've got one true freedom in life and that's to choose your attitude. So we all try to come, I guess, with good attitudes, positive attitudes, and yeah, make the most of every single day we have together.
Physically, they are elite athletes. Charlotte always trained like she was second, and I think she's given that organically sort of passed on to the next generation. Maddi's still breaking world records and whatever, and she's still surprised when she gets picked.
I'm not always satisfied or not always happy with my performance. I can always develop as an athlete, and there's always something that can help me improve my game or help me improve what I can do for the team.
What I think is one of the beautiful things is that we've got a situation where a number of the women that play across the series actually idolised Charlotte Caslick as kids. She got them into the game and now they get to take long passes from her and score tries off her or set her up for tries. So it's a beautiful circle, it really is.
Having Charlotte kind of mentor me throughout the years, transitioning into this team was a huge advantage for me. Just having her as a leader and as that figure to look up to is something that I will never take for granted.
A lot of the girls, I've known them since they were 15 years old, and I get to watch them grow up, which has been really special for me to be a part of. I just love to see like how much they're all achieving now.
Straight on 3, 1, 2, 3, straight up, let's go.
The expectations on the Aussie women going into Paris was huge. Everybody expected them to be on the podium, to be in a final and perhaps winning a gold medal, and they themselves would have thought that as well.
They had been the most successful team. They'd stamped their mark in 2022, Triple Crown winners. They'd podiumed something like 22 times. The result that the girls had in Paris was definitely short of what they themselves wanted to achieve and what the rest of the country wanted to achieve for them.
In sport, you're defined by the W or the L, and so many things can happen within that. You make a mistake, it's going to cost you. So how are you going to prepare for that? How are you going to be resilient for that? When you find yourself in a really, really dark place on the field, which you will, a lot, how are you going to be able to handle that? What are you going to choose? Referee bad decision, an injury, a yellow card, a red card. So make a choice.
At the time you feel like the world's ending, but when you look back and can reflect, we spoke a lot about like the journey to Paris was going to be the best bit about everything. We achieved so much in that year together. We had some really great results. There were so many moments that we grew as a group in the last 12 months that we didn't want to be overshadowed by the result in Paris. There's still like key moments that you look at and can take away something from it that's positive.
My motto is everything happens for a reason, and it's obviously not meant to be, but we'll be so much stronger for it. You can't win one without knowing how to lose one, and we've lost it, so now we know how to win it.
Everything changes so quickly, so you have to be able to bounce back from adversity, and you kind of have to be able to adapt on the run, which I think as a group we really pride ourselves on being able to just get back up and go again and dust ourselves off. Sevens is one of those sports that really tests you and challenges you, but definitely makes you resilient.
We can always count on Charlotte Caslick to be at the right place at the right time.
I think the way that these Aussie women have sort of changed the landscape in terms of rugby in Australia is enormous. So I'll give you an example. My daughter at the time, so 2016, she was 5 years old. So 2016 Rio gold medal winning game. She was on my shoulders at home watching on. She's now playing sevens, but she got a taste of that way back then. She loved Alicia at the time, Caslick, Parry, the whole bunch. So those women became sort of the pioneers of leading this current crop.
If you look within the squad, the legacy is already there. One of the reasons Tegan Levi is playing the game is because she saw them playing in Rio, and Charlotte Caslick a few years later gave her a pair of shorts. And that is what this team has done. They inspire the next generation of girls, and there are plenty of them coming through, massively talented athletes, to want to play this game.
I love the community aspect of it. I love club rugby. I love being amongst just everyone that loves to play rugby, because I genuinely do love the sport. So I think that's one of my favourite parts about our job, is being able to hopefully inspire young girls and boys to play as well.
If I can just inspire 1 or 2 more people, that's 2 more people that can then inspire more people to follow a trend and just keep growing the game of sevens that we all love.